Hello, welcome to the people. Let me tweet this out one more time because this video is unlisted, and so it ain't just gonna pop up. Because I don't think it is. I don't really know. I guess I can make it public and I'll just unlist it after. So let me here copy. I really should have Twitter in this tab in case people do start popping in, but I think we're still sitting at 0. So, boom, boom, boom. Tweet that out. I'm gonna eat some more yogurt. Maybe people will arrive. Let me mute so then I can open this. Let's see what the chat is saying. Oh, it didn't actually. Oh, did I not save changes? Oh, allegedly one person is here. There we go, save changes. We'll see how. Welcome to the one alleged person who is, again, allegedly here. Oh, hello, welcome. Feel free to let me know what you guys will be reading down in the chat. I will be reading, what is this? You Have a Match by Emma Lord, coming out on January 5th. Because, yes, not just an alleged person, a real person. Hey, Luna, welcome. Because I'm supposed to be reading arcs this month. That was my goal. I think I only read 2, so goal failed. But we're gonna continue this ruse that I'm reading arcs this month, so I can feel better. I did start. What did I start? I started Black Sun, and we had to set that down because I was bored. And then I tried reading Surrender Your Sons, and it wasn't bad, but I think that the format did not lend itself to an ebook. I think that it was definitely meant to be read physically, and so I was confusion, and I don't think I'll be reading Surrender Your Sons as an e-arc. So I'm hoping and praying that You Have a Match will get me back on track, because the point of November was to improve my NetGalley, and that has not happened. Sid, hello, welcome. Good morning to you too, Kelsey. Hello, welcome, Tia. Welcome. Again, I would love to know what everyone else is going to be reading. So if you want to throw that down there, would love to see it. I think we'll do the first sprint at like 15. Can I hold a conversation for 10 minutes? We'll find out, but that's what I'm thinking. We'll do the first sprint at 15, because I also need to like hype myself up to focus to read. I had this like lovely idea that I would do a reading vlog this past weekend, and I touched no book. No book was touched from Friday to Sunday. So that was a lie. I have never heard of this. I don't even want to pronounce it. Is that English? What is this about? Hello, Mel. Welcome. Hello. I'm doing all right. How are you? You're working, but not really. I am blessed. I have this week off. So you might see reading sprints from me every day. I don't know. Maybe I can talk somebody else into like hosting reading sprints, and I can just show up on their channel, because when I do them on my channel, people unsubscribe. So you're actually working, but you may get wild and turn on. Okay, apparently everybody has heard of this book. Is this like an acronym or is this the name of the book? Hello, Rachel. You're also trying to work. You've been posting about this on Twitter, and I've been seeing the cover, and I'm like, I can't tell if I like the cover or if I think the cover is hideous. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is because like I don't be throwing out videos like that and then I do a reading sprint and people are like, "Oh yeah, let me unsubscribe." And I'm like, I really appreciate it. Like, thanks. It's for Indigathon. It's about a girl who's, I'm not going to butcher her heritage, and she can raise the ghosts of dead animals. Her cousin gets killed, and they're trying to find out how and why. Interesting. Not probably for me, but is that like the group book for Indigathon? I think that's the fridge. If there are weird sounds, I'm in the living room today, so anything could happen. I don't know. Let's see here. It's an Indigenous middle grade mystery. It's pronounced Elotsoe. We are reading You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson for the Choices Book Club. You'll be doing reading sprints this week. Elotsoe, maybe more correct. You're working on these working sprints and finishing Leviathan Wakes today. Yes, Leviathan Wakes. I had this harebrained idea. So it must have been like 3 weeks ago at this point. I went to a used bookstore in like the town. It's not even over. It's like 45 minutes away. But I went to a bookstore and they had all of I included in the haul. You guys saw the haul. But then I went back like the week after that and they had books 7 and 8. So now I own all of the books that have been released. I mean, that aren't like the novellas, but I had this harebrained idea of maybe doing like an Expanse read along in 2021, maybe, potentially. I don't know. Well, feel free to send me a message because I have nothing to do this week. I am fully available. It's a new book. Okay. Okay. You're just making the last bits of breakfast and you're reading like 3 things and you need to finish any of them. Well, I'm hoping that you had a nice breakfast. Love that. It's not the group book, but if it's on a bunch. Okay, happy to hear it. You're at work and have to watch later. December, we are not doing anything for Choices. Choices is taking the month of December off, and then we're back in January with Permanent Record, and then in February, we'll be reading Emergency Contact. In March, I had this harebrained notion to maybe do Yoke, but it'll be a new release, and so like I don't know yet, but like that might happen. So that's a little live stream exclusive. Well, if it makes you feel better, I haven't really done a reading sprint in a minute. I don't know when the last one was. So you finished Rage Dragons yesterday. What was I doing? I was buying Christmas presents for people because I went grocery shopping and there was really pretty wrapping paper. And so I have purchased the Rage of Dragons, but it was not for me. I sent it off to a friend. Yes, do the Expanse read. Okay, I might do it. I might make an announcement video for that in December. That might be a thing that happens. I don't know though. Don't hold me to things because I also said that I would do a Gossip Girl reading vlog, and that's probably never going to happen. It's not going to happen. The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth. Okay. And for those just joining, we're supposed to do the first sprint in 4 minutes at 15. So I don't forget, I want to reiterate that because now there's like some more people. Yes, do Yoke. The cover of Yoke is great. I think Mary H.K. Choi, her covers always slap. always slap. And I think it's probably because she has the same artist on all of her covers. So you love to see it. So that means they match. They're all very the aesthetic. Okay. Well, let me know. You need to finish some books for Angel. I do have, I think part of why I wanted to read Black Sun this month was because it was Indigenous. But I have another arc on my Kindle that's from an Indigenous author. And I have a book I have on hold at the library. I think it's called Hearts Unbroken. It's supposed to be, I think it's like a YA about a girl who broke up with her boyfriend. I don't know, but it's also by an Indigenous author. Sounds interesting. I'll be picking up probably later today, probably when we get done with these sprints. I don't know. I will be looking forward to it. You gave it 5 stars. Oh, The Rage of Dragons. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it from the library. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yes, Permanent Record is so, it is like Mary H.K. Choi's best work. Is it the best book ever written? No, but it will forever be my personal favorite because it's just that girl. Like, she really did that with that book. Everyone keeps saying that Black Sun was amazing, but like I think I only read to page 60 something. So I'm not gonna like sit here and argue that I read some great number of pages, but I was just so bored. And I think what I don't like about fantasy is like there's always that part in the beginning where we have to like establish things. But I also don't like when we're establishing things and the characters don't intersect. And I'm like, I'm reading from all these different perspectives in 2 timelines and they aren't meeting. And I don't care that it's the beginning. Like, it just, something about that general setup, nothing to do with like Black Sun, was just boring to me. But maybe I'll get to it. I think February, they're reading it for Aaron's book club. So maybe I'll try it again then. I have been really good, and I'm even better because I don't have to go to work this week. So and I don't have to go to work and it's a paid vacation. So I'm being paid to read with y'all. It's like best of both worlds. You're reading Hearts Unbroken. Let me know how you like it. Well, welcome to the first ever sprints. We're doing the first one in 3 minutes at 15. I am so behind. Yes, I saw it at the bookstore yesterday and I told myself not to buy it, but it was short, so that I do remember. You're reading The Golden Compass. I read that in middle school, I want to say. It was a fun time. I didn't continue. Hello. You've done really good this month for Indigathon. I love that for you. Okay. D, I was just going to read Permanent Record in December. I just read Emergency Contact last week, and I was so surprised. I loved it so much. Yes, I read Emergency Contact last February because it was like, I think in my brain I saw a pink cover, and I was like, pink cover, it's February, let's do this. And then Heart and Body were just destroyed, and I was like, well, I need to know if Mary has written anything else. And I lucked out and I got that Permanent Record arc at Y'all West. It was the only arc I wanted and I got it. I love to see it. I hope that you do get to it in December and that you enjoy it. And if you read it in December, I feel like you'll remember it enough to talk about it with us in January. But if you wanted to wait and read it in January it's not really a with us situation. I know I said that at some point we're going to do like mid-month check-ins, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm sorry. You just got The Fires of Vengeance. That's the sequel, right? The one with the really ugly cover. Well, that's good because we're about to sprint in 30 seconds. So I think that's probably when I come back. When we come back from the sprint, that's where I left off. I'm going to pull up the timer because we have like 30 seconds and there's a delay. So I don't want to. Could we open, please, Kindle? My Kindle just sat here and went to sleep on me. There we go. But it is 15, so we are going to do a 20-minute sprint, and then we will come back together, and we'll chat. Okay, so that was the first sprint done. Welcome back. I managed to get 15% in. I'm enjoying it more than. Oh, there we go. Let's get rid of that. I'm enjoying it more than I thought that I was going to be. So you love to see that. Sweet. You finished Mockingjay yesterday. You think there's a spinoff series? Um, there's a book that I do not recommend people read, entitled what is it, Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. There's an S at the end of that. Um, it's garbage, hot garbage. Literally nobody asked for it. I mean, to me, the ballads lost me when they said that the cabbage they were eating made the house smell like poverty. So there was no coming back uh, for me from that moment. 10 out of 10 did not like to see. I think there were some people on BookTube who were like, I liked it, and that was the hot take. But do we need a President's No origin story about how a Katniss like girl broke his heart? And that's why he hated her. Like, sir, you held on to that for like what, 60, 70 years? I think it was 60 because it was like the 10th games in that one. And Katniss was like in the 74th and the 75th. So for like 6 decades, this man held on to that girl curbing him. 6 decades. I don't know. Was not for me. Also, I don't think the world made sense in that one. I don't think it made sense. I don't understand. I mean, to be fair, I don't think that Panem ever made sense. I think that a lot of people in retrospect have like really built up the Hunger Games. And I'm not saying that if you read that trilogy, like that trilogy won't like hold up in the sense like it'll be unenjoyable. But even when I was reading them at that time, I think I read them like 2011, 2012. And they weren't bad books, but they were not the moment, if you will. So it was. I think that they work better as movies, even though Jennifer Lawrence by. But I don't think you need to read ballads. But if you want to, I would say get it from the library. I wouldn't buy ballads until you know that you like it, because I don't think I've ever. That would be a lie, but I definitely quickly returned my copy. I think I got the ebook so I could read it. Thank you. I try really hard. Hi, TB. You're reading a book for school. You got to 35%. Yes, that was. I think I have that quote highlighted on my Goodreads. So if you go to my review, I think my highlights and notes show up. And I think that's also on a lot of people's reaction. Like, I like cabbage, and I don't associate cabbage with poverty. Maybe that's what people do. I don't know. 25 pages, ballot. It was. It was. I question people who liked it. I haven't watched positive reviews, but I'm like, interesting. You got 3% further into Gone Girl. Here's my thing. I think that Gone Girl was an excellent movie. I think that Rosamund Pike really made me, I don't know if I would say root for Amy, but I believed in Miss Amy. And I was like, you know what? This is excellently done. And then a couple years after I watched that movie, I read it and I was like, this book is hot garbage. Like, hot garbage. It's not a good book. I think that the movie is very much about Amy, and Nick is kind of just like, I don't want to say irrelevant, but definitely an afterthought. And I think that in the book, because we get so much of Nick, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of on Team Nick. Because Miss Amy, she was not the moment. She wasn't. That's all I got to say on that. Well, I'm happy that people find me funny on Twitter. I try really hard to be funny. You haven't read Ballad and you don't want to a cabbage. There's like, it doesn't add anything. If anything, I think I won't, because again, I haven't reread the original trilogy in so long, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Snow wasn't a complex character there. He very much could have been a complex character there with nuance and all kinds of great gradients. But I think that if you read Ballads, it's like this man got rejected and he held on to this for 6 decades. I also think that the way that they framed the 10th games, the idea that shit happened and then like 6 decades later, nobody would remember any of that. Now, I don't think that, history has taught us that you can erase a lot of things. Like you can cover up, do whatever you want to do. But there's a whole lot of covering up going on in the world of Panem, from the whole, I guess that's kind of can you spoil the Hunger Games? The District 13 mess, that situation, and the events of the 10th annual Hunger Games, all of that. I also didn't like how, I guess this is kind of a spoiler for, I guess this is kind of a spoiler, kind of, but I'm going to do it. Mute me. Everything that like made the modern Hunger Games was President Snow's idea. Why? So I thought that was stupid. Don't recommend it. Again, if you want to read it, get it from your library. Then if you like it, buy the book. But buy it at like Target or something, so at least it's like 30% off. You never plan on reading Ballad. You like the trilogy. You should have left it at that and moved on to the next thing. I'm not mad at authors who want to play in the same world, because I think that a lot of authors have done that. Anne Rice, Cassandra Clare, Rick Riordan. Although Rick Riordan says he's done. Allegedly, he said he done. A lot of authors play in the same world. So like, I'm not mad that they want to go back in. But if you're going to go back in, I want something good. And I also think that what people wanted would actually not work. I know that at the time that Ballads was coming out, they were like, oh, I want a Haymitch book, or I want a Finnick book, or an Annie book, or a Mags book. And I think what Suzanne should have done was just make Ballads into an anthology. And I think that it would have worked better to have a Snow short story and a Haymitch short story and a Finnick short story, because none of those characters, I think, would really be able to carry a whole ass book. But I think that she could have written Ballads as a short story, and I still wouldn't have fucked with it. And I think that it still would have been bad, but it would have worked better. And I don't even read anthologies. Like, you won't catch me reading an anthology of novellas, but I think that if she wanted to revisit old characters, that's the way she should have done it, specifically for the Hunger Games. Other worlds, people can, you can go off and write whatever you want in that world. But because Panem is so like, there ain't a lot you can do. You boxed yourself in there. I think that it would have been better as an anthology. And I think that was the real problem. Of course, the book was still trash. Like, that would have been a terrible short story anyway. But it would have made sense, I think. Okay. I hope you do like the movie too. Again, I think it's great. I enjoy the movie. 10 out of 10 recommend the movie. Wait, that's it? He got rejected? Yes. Yes. Because in the up until I guess like the 10th, no, the 10th was the first year they were doing this. So for the 10th annual Hunger Games, they decided they were going to pair the capital children with the tributes to act as like the mentor people, because I mean, in theory, it makes sense because there's only been 9 other games. So there's not like at least 12 people to like pair with them. So you couldn't do that kind of an idea. But the entire time, for like 9 years, apparently, everyone in the Capitol has hated the Hunger Games. Like the Hunger Games have been wildly unpopular. No one gives 2 fucks about the Hunger Games. And so then they get paired and he bonds with this little tribute girl from District 12. And she, spoiler alert, doesn't fucking die. So Hamish is not District 12's only victor. Not the only victor from District 12. And then she goes back to like live in District 12 and is like living her life. And then she runs away and rejects President. Like they're supposed to like get married, but then she finds out that like Snow did some shady shit and she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And she runs away. And Snow becomes an evil man. Spoilered. That's why. Yes, an anthology. Oh yeah, an anthology would have worked better. Like I don't know if any of the side characters. I don't think they can either. Like I know people really fuck with the Finnick and they really like Sam Claflin for some unknown reason, and they really like Annie for some unknown reason, and they really love Mags for some unknown reason. I think because she's old and like sacrificed herself. But again, none of these characters are that interesting to me personally, to read. I think Ballads is like 500 pages, or almost. Maybe it's like 450. I have a computer. We are on the internet. I can Google these things. So I'm typing ASMR for the children. Let's see what this says. 439 pages, so not almost 500. I mean, it very clearly is. Very, very, like Snow is, stop. And it was just unnecessary. And you have it on your shelf and you have not read it yet. I mean, I'm sorry that you bought it. I mean, I guess it kind of matches the other covers. So like, at least they got that right. That's nice. I mean, I enjoy a good chunky book. I don't know if I need a Hunger Games book to be 500 plus pages. I don't know. I do think that 439 was pushing it. That's the Kindle edition. Is the other edition, maybe hardback is actually a little bit longer, but usually Kindle is pretty similar. Oh no, the hardcover is 500 pages. It is 528. So in the UK, it's 517. The German edition, well, I guess it has to be translated, so I'm not going to count these. Why is this Kindle edition 600 pages? Let me just stop. You don't care about spoilers? Well, good, because I definitely spoiled the ending. I mean, I guess there's stuff along the way, but yes, for what, I couldn't tell you. I genuinely do not know. I mean, I am. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I wouldn't be my money. I say it wouldn't be my money, but I did buy the Kindle edition and I did read it, but then I promptly returned it. So it's kind of like I didn't buy it. You may push through. I wish you luck on that endeavor. Ask Suzanne. I don't know. Ask Suzanne and the fine people at Scholastic. because I wasn't involved with that decision-making process. I also think we'll do the next sprint in like 4-ish minutes at 55, roughly. So we have that to look forward to. Speaking of the Poppy War, I did put that on hold at my library because I think I'm gonna try and give that a second chance. I mean, What She's Smoking gave us ballads, and I don't know if you really want. I don't know if you want that. Like I don't know. There's something about like this character who is allegedly poor and downtrodden, and then he's just like, I'm gonna commit genocide. Like I'm bored. Let's commit genocide. That is seen. That's a lot. That's a lot. It was a lot. Didn't personally understand it. Then he had like his cousin out here doing sex work so like he could get new clothes. It was weird. I mean, like he didn't force them to do that, so like but but that's like definitely a thing that happened. Probably was. He did. That's definitely what Snow said. I mean, he was a villain, so yeah, I guess that was a thing that happened. I am reading You Have a Match by Emma Lord. It is their next book, and it's coming out January 5th. I think I got that right. Yes, welcome back for making coffee. I had to go to the store this morning, and I left my coffee in the car. So I'm a little sad. I think I'm going to do one more sprint. So the next sprint that's happening at in a minute at 55, and then I will call it because yeah, 40 minutes of reading together I think is plenty for today because I probably will go live again on Wednesday and I'll schedule that one. Eventually I will. Eventually. Also might be the reason why we're going to cut this short. Okay, but I'm actually really happy to be here with y'all because I have nothing to do, but I do also want to go get my coffee. But it's 55, so I'm gonna pull up the timer, and I'll see y'all back here in 20 minutes. So that was more than 20 minutes. What time is it? That was quite a bit longer than 20 minutes, but whatever. We're here. Hello. What did I get to? I got to 39%. So we will wrap this up. I'm thinking at 30, yeah, 5 minutes. So feel free to leave down below. Apparently not, but we're wrapping it up anyway. We started reading Wicked Fox and the other sprint and just doing homework. Well, hopefully you got a dent into your homework, and hopefully you were able to get quite a bit read of Wicked Fox, because we sprinted for far longer than 20 minutes because I was not paying attention to anything. Rip. I did get Wicked Fox from the library because I have been meaning to read it, but we'll see if that actually happens. So far, things have come from the library and then they go back to the library unread. So maybe Wicked Fox will be the difference. You made coffee and been watching BookTube. Sounds productive to me. You got a lot of work done. Happy to hear it. You love to hear it. You got 8%, so you'll take it. I hope I do too. I've been trying not to go to Starbucks as often. When I say trying to, I mean like for like the past day. So I've been making iced coffee at home, and it does not hit the same, but we're doing it. The extra time was needed. Well, you guys got it. I think we started at 55, so that was what, 5, and then we did 20, that'd be 25, and then we stopped at 25, so that was like 30-ish minutes of reading. So almost an hour worth of sprints. I know it's not the like hour and a half that we usually do, hour and 40 minutes, but next time we will go for longer. You're scared to do this on your own? Understandable, because I can't be holding conversations. So I think that I appreciate other people who have like group reading sprints, but I'm too chaotic to organize that. So, hi Molly, you got here just as we're ending things, but there will be a properly scheduled one on Wednesday. That will probably be my usual like 4 20-minute sprints where I won't forget to turn on the timer. So what was it doing? Oh, you're back again, Jess, as we're ending things. I need to go pick up my holds from the library. And that's kind of it. I think that's the only thing I have to do. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some sprints tonight. I don't know. Who knows? You read 28 pages. Get the Stoke coffee brand and half and half. No, add half of a liquid protein shake and some simple syrup. That sounds like a lot of effort. I just bought the Starbucks brand. And I was kind of dying because it reminds me. So, like a couple months back, I bought like some instant coffee because I thought it would be like fine or whatever. And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my mouth. And I was drinking the Starbucks iced coffee and it tasted exactly like the instant. And I was like, Starbucks, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I'm not a fan of this. Maybe it's just medium roast. I also got the blonde roast, so maybe the blonde won't be as disgusting. Or maybe it's the cashew milk that I'm using because I don't use regular dairy milk. I don't know. Something about this is off, but we spent the money on it, so I'm going to use it. I'm not just going to like waste it, but Mel be going for like 12 hours and I don't understand it. Yes, the end. The yes, the end. Because this was a last minute thing, so well, I'm happy. Starbucks brand works too. Look, okay, mistakes were made, but I haven't used it in a couple of months because again, it was bad. But now that I know that it tastes just like the Starbucks iced coffee, I'm kind of like, well, is it really that bad? I don't know what to tell y'all. We did almost an hour of reading, which is more than I've done in a while. So I'm happy with that. We call instant coffee sad water. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was a good idea, and it was not. The brand I bought was not good. Go oat or almond milk. I don't like almond milk, so I don't buy it. I bought cashew milk. I couldn't even tell. Oh, because I was gonna make a curry, I think, and cashew milk is nice and like thick, and it's like good for sauces. Like I used it in the chili I made the other day to thicken my. No, I didn't. I used a vegan protein broth. That was a lie, but it's nice and thick, so I like cashew milk. But I have coconut milk, and that's usually what I get um, when I go to Starbucks. Is I put the coconut milk in it, but we just haven't been doing that lately. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe it's the cashew milk that's throwing me off. And if I put the coconut milk in, it won't taste disgusting. There you go. Oh, Molly might do. Instant coffee use is good. Okay, so it has to be the Folgers. The Folgers is clearly the problem here. I love Mel's Lives. That makes sense. I also enjoy them. I haven't been to the last couple because like I show up and I'm just like not reading, but I do appreciate a good live from Mel. That makes sense. That's a vibe. You drink tea, coffee is not for you. I also don't really know if coffee is for me, but we just suffer through it. Bad decisions. Bad decisions is what I do. It's what I'm good at. So I also still cannot find the heating element for my kettle. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Maybe that's what I'll do is I need to find the heating element to my kettle so I can have tea and go to the library. This is going to be a very productive day. Okay, yes, Folgers, that's what I bought and that's what I regret. But oh, Molly, StreamYard is being sad and it's not. I'll wait for StreamYard. Here we are. Feel free to DM me the link well, this week I'm not doing anything. Most weeks I'm sadly at work. Sadly. But this week I am free. So find different. See, I can't make that leap to owning a coffee maker because I don't. I also think it's because like I prefer cold coffees. I prefer a cold brew, and I think all you need for that is a cheesecloth. I think you just put the coffee in like a cheesecloth and like let it do its thing. So maybe that's what I'll invest in is a nice cheesecloth. I don't know, but I do know that I need to go. So if you need me, I'll be on Twitter. I think the description has been updated. So the link to all of that fun stuff is down below. And I will see y'all there. But I'm gonna go. Happy reading. Thanks for being here. And I'll see y'all See y'all around. There's an iced coffee maker. Okay, I need to go. Y'all gonna make me really give into capitalism here. And no.